Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now, you probably, if you don't know, on my YouTube, I did make two tribute videos like a long time ago on Peter Tork and Davy Jones. If you want to see those two, I can leave a link on those two videos in the description below. Now, I bring these two up because recently, on December 10th this year on 2021, Michael Nesmith, also known as Robert Michael Nesmith, also known as Papa Ness from the Monkees, passed away. Now, normally I would have made a RIP Michael Nesmith tribute video, but I wanted to talk something a lot more seriously on what happened with him during the past few or several months that happened to him. Actually, even longer than that, because this has been going on since late 2019, I believe, when one of the assistants that he hired decided to move on and get a different job since and he got a new one at the time. And I want to talk about it because this is the first time I'm mentioning this in my YouTube channel, but I want to talk about a serious issue. Another thing that pisses me off more than just child abuse or animal abuse is elder abuse. I want to talk about this because this is what happened to Michael Nesmith before he passed away for almost 2 years. I'm talking about this because it needs to be said on what has happened and all the information. I will leave some few clips here of him and his assistant. I think that's what she is known as. I could be completely wrong, but I did look her up, what her name was. And from what I know, from what I remember, I think all of her social media platforms are private now, unless you try hard enough to follow her. If you're requested, maybe she'll let you see her page, but other than that, from what I remember, all of her social media is private. And we're gonna go explain why, because my god, the live streams I've seen of her and the posts she's made on his Facebook page, yeah, believe it or not, she controlled his Facebook page, is beyond controlling. It's not even just to him, it's also to his fans, his friends, and especially his own family. I can't even tell you the last time I heard a celebrity that was a victim of elder abuse since Stan Lee. That's how awful it is. And I think this one's a lot more personal to me because growing up, I was a huge fan of the Monkees. I still am, despite me more into the gothic scene, how I normally do. When I first created my YouTube channel, I used to do a lot of slideshow videos, tributes to the Monkees and the Beatles all the time. That's what I first started doing. I mean, now my content's gotten a lot better since then. I really don't do those anymore and just more focused on my art and telling you what's going on with in my life or what's going on with life in general. But that's how I started my YouTube channel. But going back to what happened to Michael Nesmith, he has been a victim of elder abuse since 2019. And it's not like he was physically abused or even sexually abused, but he was mentally, emotionally, and verbally abused a lot by this assistant. And I am going to show you a few clips here. I did watch a video on YouTube. You do have to read what it says about it on the video, but I think it's a really good video to look on what the whole entire situation was going on there. I'll leave that video down in the description below too, because I think it's a really good video to understand it. I am going to show you the video clips of part of the live streams. They are on YouTube. I am going to warn you about that, but I am going to warn you also, it does involve emotional and verbal abuse. It does also involve elder abuse, and you can even see in those videos how absolutely ill Michael Nesmith was before he passed away. I am going to warn you about that.
So anyway, one thing that I wanted to do while I have you guys, and then I'm going to let you go, is with all this stuff, we've been closed. Video Ranch has kind of been closed for a couple weeks now, but we're back in business. And just that we appreciate all the fans, the new ones that are just going to start coming to us to see what Video Ranch is. And also, do you care that we start lobbying to get the nudie suit into the Smithsonian?
No, if you can do it, I think it's a good idea, but I don't think you can do it.
They're accepting applications right now.
They're currently accepting applications.
Okay, well, Leslie, wouldn't that be fun?
I think it would be fun to go there and say that.
Hi everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're going. I'm Melody, and this is Michael Nesmith. And we're here to chat with you about your first impressions of the songs that are being released on the Different Drum compilation CD. They were released to digital platforms in 2018 by Sony, and this is their first physical release. So we're talking about these recordings from the 70s that were not previously released and are like outtakes from your RCA years.
Okay.
Sarah Dahlmeyer said, quote, "What's this crap?" Which is what you sometimes say when I'm... Please don't. What's wrong with it being over there?
I don't have any place to put it.
Okay.
You want to put it here on my lap?
Yeah, that would be good.
See?
It's staying.
So what you're listening to in these recordings from Nashville is...
Were these recorded in Nashville for the second National Band sessions?
I think so.
It wasn't.
But it may not have been.
Mm-hmm.
If it was done in L.A., it would have been at RCA Studios.
It was pre-Countryside, right?
Oh yeah, gosh.
Yeah.
Light up, have a good time. What are you doing?
Well, I am trying not to be ultra nervous, which I know probably sounds something you hear very frequently.
Well, then what we can do is we can do the entire interview in sign language. Since I don't know sign language and you don't know sign language, this should be a good ride.
I think so. Just be careful with that middle finger, okay? That's the only thing I'm worried about. So.
Getting some ideas in a different language. You know, the prison is in French and English. And so putting another piece out there, I don't think I would have as much text, but putting another piece out there that depended on the careful understanding of a different language than your primary language.
It'd be difficult.
Seems to me it would be such a useful thing to know. How do I do this? How do I make myself understand things I don't understand right now? It's a $64 question, you know, I don't know.
Music is creating a melody, and your prose, your lyrics are fabulous, but can you ever explain how it happened to you? I mean, is it one of those things where I sat down and I didn't get up, or it just happened?
If I may, I'll unpack that a little bit for you. Not that I'm an expert on it, only that I've been down one of the roads that go that way many, many times in my life. And some of it's been great, and some of it's been horrible. I wrote a song about a betrayal, and I can't sing it.
And there's tons of Monkeys websites where they don't talk about Nez's work. Go hang out there.
Why are you saying this?
Because of... I was responding to what we were talking about a second ago.
Well, keep...
Okay, let's go back to the garden now.
before that.
Okay.
Saw those clips last year, I literally was starting to cry. I really was. Not only just the fact that somebody like this bitch has the fucking nerve to do that to such an innocent person like that. Not only that she's a fan of, but she thinks she can control over because of his financial situation. I don't know what the entire situation is. Just literally everything between controlling his fans, his family, and his friends, and his financial situations, what he does, what he eats. And by the way, when he was alive, he was a diabetic. And there was a lot of things he could not eat that got him to how sick he was, the way he was. And not only that, he had heart surgery back in 2018. There were certain things he couldn't even eat either. Not only that, he was never allowed to have marijuana in his system after his surgery and everything. And the fact that this fucking bitch just did the complete opposite of what his doctors told him he wasn't supposed to have. She knew exactly what she was doing. And I even said this before with my family. I even when I made those posts on my Instagram and my Twitter on Save Michael Nesmith, or Free Michael. I don't know if I said this, but in my opinion, she should have been questioned by the police and questioned by authorities and at least put in jail. I'm gonna explain why, because not only is this mental, verbal, and emotional abuse, but she is literally doing the exact opposite what his doctors have told him he shouldn't have and should have. And the fact that she took advantage of him for that is negligence. I think, in my opinion, now I don't work in law enforcement, and I know it's too late to be putting any paperwork or any charges against her because he is dead now. But in my opinion, she should have been arrested and charged a long time ago. I'm gonna explain why I think she wasn't taken as seriously. There are a few reasons. So one reason I think is because she is a female, and there's that stereotype where there's people who think, oh, women can't be abusive, they can't be predators, they can't do this. Like, in my fucking opinion, it don't matter what gender it is. If you're doing those things like she was doing, you should be legally prosecuted. For elder abuse, what she was doing, I really think she should. Another reason why I don't think this was taken as seriously is because the victim is a senior citizen. And unfortunately, this happens way more often than people think when senior citizens are not taken as seriously as children or women or even animals. And it's sickening. I don't think just because you are past the age of 60 does not mean you can't be a victim. I think that's bullshit. And the fact that this woman almost got away with what she did. I mean, first of all, she did it online and did these live streams, and everybody else in the comment sections was like, are you okay, Michael? You don't look well. And they were questioning her, all the things she's done, and what did she do? She blocked them. She had lied, saying that everybody are haters, saying that everybody has been harassing Michael Nesmith, which that's not fucking true, I don't think. I think people were absolutely worried about him. And the fact that his family His own kids, by the way, were not allowed to talk to him unless it was under her control. And even when it was under her control, they couldn't talk about anything, what she was doing, unless she was just... That honestly infuriates me. And I'm scared where she's gonna be working at now after this whole incident. Because let me tell you, with all of this on the internet, she can't get away with this anymore. And the fact that this isn't being talked about as much. We all talked about Free Britney with the conservatorship. She dealt with her family and all the people that worked with her dad and everybody and all of that. But yet we're also not talking about Save Michael Nesmith as much when that was really going on. Not even the news was really going on about this. The first time I heard about that was from a fan page on Facebook called the Naked Persimmons. I think that's what they're called. I'll leave that Facebook fan page down in the description below. I've been a fan of their stuff for many, many years, even when with their original website. And when they originally did, it was on Tumblr all the time. And that's how I first heard about that. It infuriates me. I think out of everything with the monkeys, I think this has to be one of the worst cases, the worst stories about anything that's happened to them for a long time. I'm starting to almost well up because I think this one really got to be more. Because unlike the death of Davy Jones or Peter Tork, Michael Nesmith suffered at the end. He suffered. You can at least say with Davy and Peter, they didn't suffer when they were passing away. Even when Peter had severe cancer, he still was better because he didn't go through elder abuse. He didn't, at least he still got to talk to his family, his friends, while he was still alive. And the fact that this was just all of a sudden, just like not even 20 days before Christmas, Michael Nesmith passes away, and the fucking bitch assistant was never contacted by authorities or called out by them, but us as the public has to call her out. I hope people learn that abuse is abuse no matter what. He went through emotional, verbal, and mental abuse with this horrible narcissistic psychopath. That's what she is, and I don't usually say that a lot, but she is. And the fact that this happened to one of the people I looked up to for many, many years, it's beyond heartbreaking. As if 2021 wasn't already shitty as it is. I hope there's some legal action, but I'm guessing it's probably too late now because, for one, he's dead, and two, she's technically not working with him anymore because he's gone. Like I said, I don't know how the legal system works, but I hope something happens with her because I think she should have been in jail personally. I really think she should have. That assistant should have not only been fired, she should have been prosecuted either by his kids or somebody who knew him personally that even worked with him too. But even then, even those people that worked, other people that worked with him, from what I heard, were not allowed under by the assistant. And I'm furious. Anyways, guys, I don't mean to go so depressing like that, but I wanted to talk about it because this has been on my mind. It took me so long to make a video about this because I wanted to really speak out what my opinions about it. Not only that, I wanted to speak out against elder abuse. I hate that. I also want to speak out for the Michael Nesmith fans and the fans of the monkeys in general. and tell them what was really going on behind the scenes, because I think, because I know there was a contract even involved about the whole assistant as well too, and it was such a bullshit contract too. Like I said, I'll leave that one video I found very informative down in the description below about that. I had to let it out. And to that assistant that did this to Michael, I hope, for the love of God, you don't work with anybody else. And that's the best scenario, I have to say. Thanks for watching, guys.